Yes, good. Yeah. So, Gamar Jabat, Nego Brebo, as they say here in Georgia. Hi, everyone. That's what it means. And yeah, this is the first time that Go Magic is streaming live from Batumi, from Georgia, and it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks, because it took us quite a while to settle here and get everything done, and new apartment and the yada yada everything. And finally, it's all done. We're not quite ready to make new courses here yet, but we're at least ready to do some live streaming. And we're going to be doing some live. I think we're going to be doing more streams than before, maybe even a couple times a week. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. And so we're going to be talking about Georgia. We're going to be talking about the country, the culture, about Go, about everything essentially. And if you guys have any questions, you can always. Uh, oh, that's my what? That's my Twitch account. Vadim Batono. That's yeah. This is Misha doing that right here. Hopefully he will later say hi. Maybe next time. Misha's being very shy, so this is the someone you've never seen, because he's always in the shadows and he's always doing the editing secretly on his computer, doing this sneaky business. But actually, he's he's right here, and I hope that maybe not this stream, but maybe in one of the next streams, he will come and say hi, maybe even talk to you guys. So today I was thinking, yeah, it's a bit of a rainy day in Batumi. I'm just thinking about all those people who came here, because this is a super touristy place. Like this place like right on the Black Sea. We're like 15 minutes away from the beach. Everything's got restaurants and cafes and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's a super touristy place with souvenirs and tourist attractions. And I'm gonna show you something in a little while during this stream. And yeah, I'm just thinking about all those people who came here for like a week or something, and now they have this weather. It's like raining heavily today, and I think it rained yesterday as well. So we haven't been very lucky with the weather this week, but I hope it's gonna get better, because this is a very hot place, and they say that the weather is gonna be good at least until maybe late September. So today we have a few things. I will maybe show you some pictures. We'll maybe play a game, and we had one game to review. Join the Go match. Oh, well, yay, Professor. Hi. Yeah, finally. Yeah. Now we're even farther away from each other. All of our Russian friends are back home, but I still have my tea, as always, in a new cup, and and also now I have a better screen. I used to do live streaming with a little laptop, but now I got this wonderful 4K screen here. Wonderful. So how's it going, guys? It's been really cool, and I've started learning Georgian. We are thinking, like, we're learning Georgian / thinking about the next Go Magic course, because as you know, the next course is going to be, and for all of you out there who's new to the stream and who doesn't even know what Go Magic is, then we are doing interactive courses, and you have links, I think, in the chat right now. We're doing interactive Go courses with like quizzes after each lesson and video lessons. And also we have like a skill tree, which is like lots of problems for different levels and different like sections of Go activity, and you can like measure what part of Go skills you're not especially good at, and you can practice that specifically. So it's a huge platform with like all sorts of Go related fun. That's what I like to think about it. And yeah, the next course is going to be about joseki, which means that today we're going to be talking about maybe some of your favorite joseki, some of the variations that you might consider difficult or hard, or something you're not sure of. So any like joseki related stories are welcome, and I will maybe share some of mine, some of the things that have been in our minds lately about the joseki. And yeah, the course about joseki is going to be like the joseki foundations. If we divide all the josekis into different levels, and this is going to be level 0. So this is going to be about the joseki which you need to like once you start out in the game, and basically if you've ever like read books before, Go books, then there was a book called 38 Basic Joseki, which was quite advanced. Like when you take it as a beginner, and then you have 38 different josekis, that's quite a lot. But then but then yeah, and I'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, but then what we're going to do in this course is just the very few basic variations, maybe like 10 basic joseki, and we're going to just talk about them in depth and how to understand them completely without being too nerdy about that. At this moment, Artem Kachinovsky is playing against Tanguy on the OGS. Maybe we can watch and discuss it together. Sure. I mean, let's take a look at it. Yeah. How do I find it? Oh, here it is. Well, I mean, yeah, they're playing the game, but like the game is almost done at this point, right? And like, okay, let me go back to. Yeah, so Artem is playing. Wait, Artem is playing black, and Tanguy is playing white. Black. Who's winning here? It's kind of hard to estimate the score and everything just like this at a glance when the game is in the end game stage. Time is black. Nobody's dying anywhere. What about this group in the corner? Is it Seki? That's Seki, right? First game in OGS. Yeah. Found it. Artem is playing his notoriously strong Yosei. He's very strong endgame. So it looks like, at first glance, it looks like black is winning this game, right? I mean, black has a huge corner, the upper right corner, and then a bit on the left, and then lower left, something in the center. What about the score estimator? Let's see, do we have a score estimator? Estimate the score. It says white wins by 9 points. Damn. White wins by 9? So bad. My score estimation abilities. So maybe we could take a look at the game from the beginning for just a second here. So Artem is black. I think I've said it before that Artem is probably one of my favorite players. Like out of all European players, his style is the one I like the most. He has like his style is just so incredibly safe and thick. I mean, boy, I wish I could play like this. It's just so it's so unlike my own. Like when I find myself fighting some unreasonable fights all the time. But Artem, oh my goodness. So watching these games is always like so much fun and also very educational at the same time. So let's see how Artem handles this. A very safe attachment, a normal joseki, and white does more than just a joseki. White could have played like here, but this wouldn't have been a pincer. So white wants to play an extension and a pincer. Fair enough. Black makes life in the corner, and black is not quite alive yet, is he? Well, now some exchanges, and black is alive, yeah. And all of these exchanges were necessary to get these 3 stones in the center. Because otherwise, just living in the corner like this, being sealed in, is usually not a good idea. We'll talk about that more, I think, in the game that we're going to review today. But this is just an example, yeah. So Artem doesn't want to just get isolated like this. He lives, but he gets in some cutting stones. So he makes sure that white is split, and so he might get a chance to attack white in the future. But yeah, unfortunately for him, it doesn't seem like there is much to attack, because white is strong here on the left. White is pretty much settled on the upper side, so the stones seem to be kind of floating in the air. So maybe this whole result, maybe this whole sequence wasn't very successful for Artem. So maybe instead of all this, I mean, I have no idea, but maybe he could have just played something like this, and this is alive already, and without any exchanges, just leave it like this. Maybe. Can you see the screen? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so maybe this. Like, it's much easier to talk about it in retrospect, like when you already know the final result in the game. Oh, is it over? Is the game over? How do I know who wins the game? But anyway, even if I don't know who wins the game, let's just do review the game and go back. So probably I was wrong. My original judgment was like way off, and probably white wins the game, but let's see why. So here maybe black could have just lived in the corner without any complications there, instead of just inserting these 3 stones in the center, which, as we now know, won't do much. Okay, but black lives. And again, so black is basically jumping in this kind of no man's land. This is because black got these 3 stones, like 3 moves, and then another jump, and all of these stones are not making him territory, and that's the problem. Because if white now jumps here, for example, then white will make territory on the left and on the upper side. So that's kind of like, now that you look at it, you think, okay, maybe black could have just lived in the corner. Yeah, exactly. That's what white did. Now black is trying to minimize this area to not let white take too much. But white doesn't care about that. Just a corner enclosure. And immediately, yeah, Artem probably realizes at this point that the game is not really going very well for him. So he tries to play more sharply than he normally might. So this is an interesting invasion, trying to leave nothing here in this white's territory. Since white didn't respond to this, okay, then we invade. And attack. Sharp. But white is definitely stronger here. White has more stones, which means that typically, if anyone might get in trouble here, then black would. And white cuts. And probably black can't really save everything here. There's so many white stones, so black probably needs to sacrifice something and save something else. So maybe sacrifice those 2 and get these 2 out of here. Yeah, sacrifice. What? Why am I constantly thrown out of my review? Okay. Oh, wow. If this works, this is cutting at the waist of, this is what we had in the attachments course. Cutting at the waist of a keima, cutting at the waist of a knight's move. Such a classic Tsuji here. And this is typically kind of difficult for white to answer. And if black were a little stronger here, black is just probably not thick enough to kill white completely. But if black were just a little bit stronger, this could have just worked and black could have just killed white here. But probably, yeah, white just gets out. And white is out. And now again, black destroyed the left side territory, but black still has those 5 stones floating in the center, and that's not a good thing. So you have to like take care of them all the time. And white is properly alive, and another move here. White is taking territory. Yeah, white takes more in the opening. In Fuseki, white got more. Another fight from Artem. Right? Here was me saying that Artem only plays peaceful games, and there you go. Artem knows he's not ahead in the game, so he has to fight, and he does. Because of course, playing something like playing something like this, I don't know, sacrificing a stone like this wouldn't have been possible, or maybe even playing something like this. White could have just probably given it up like this and just give up the stone and take the top. This might have been enough. So black extends there and fights. Again, probably good choice. Fight. And it seems that the 2 black stones are going to die there. So white handles everything very well. Like black attacks, tries to attack, but white is also not too weak. I mean, the groups are not weak. Everything is thick enough. So white just somehow gets everything protected. Very nice playing from white here, from Tanguy. And the shape. But at least black is not running alone here. So black got himself stronger, and now it's actually this white group in the center that is not settled yet. But of course, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be too hard for white to live here. White is reasonably thick and a lot of stones here, so obviously this group is not going to die. And if it's not going to die, then probably white has the advantage in the game. Except, of course, unless black manages to get like the entire right side here. Okay, now white is strong in the center. And now black is under attack. Cool. Yeah. Just like they write in the books. Just find a weak group and attack. And while you're attacking it, you're making territory somewhere else. Really nice. Yeah, I feel like this game deserves more than just a glance at it, just like this in the middle of a stream. But okay, black lives in the corner. This is a classic shape. Okay. I think usually, like typically the shape is like this. White would block, and black would live. That was the old joseki, but white is probably thinking, okay, I have this stone here. I have this A stone, and this A stone is supposed to help me out there. So instead of just blocking at 0-2, which is boring, white thinks, okay, why not peep first? Why not peep first? So peep and attack. And this is sente, so black still makes seki. Oh, yeah, black was just thinking that this is all going to be territory, and now white invades. It's a probing move. Another probing move. Yeah, white is just asking black questions all the time. White says, hey, will you give me the corner? Black says, no, I won't. And then white invades here and says, well, will you allow me to connect here? And if now black says no, if black doesn't allow this connection, then white will probably do something like this here, some jumps, maybe this, and white will make life, hopefully. But in the game, okay, this move. Oh, an exchange. White gets something, black gets something. Yeah, so generally when you look at a game like at this stage somewhere just out of nowhere, it seems that black is okay. But when you look at the entire sequence, like from the beginning, then you see that actually it's white who's been kind of overpowering a little bit, has been always riding the high horse here, like always been slightly ahead in this game. And we're basically back to the beginning. Is the game over yet? Is it over? Yeah. Who won? White. White won. By how many points? By resign. Oh, by resign. By resignation, okay. Oh well. All right, let's go back. Why is Vadim in the void? The void. Yeah, nice name for a stream, Vadim in the void, yeah. Yeah, Vadim in the void because we used to have this gray background, the gray backdrop, but now we've got this black one. And I'm not sure if this is the one that we're going to be using for our future Go Magic courses. Maybe not. But at least that's the one that we're kind of using right now for the streams. Right? Yeah, it's. I think it's less. Maybe it's just I'm not used to it, and it's just more neutral, I guess. Even though it's hard to be more neutral than the gray. Well, anyway. Oh yeah, hi Misha. Is Go Magic worth a subscription? What a sneaky question. You mean a subscription to Twitch, or do you mean a subscription to a Go Magic membership? Because if you're talking about Twitch, well, I don't see why not. We're going to be streaming, we're going to be playing games, we're going to be chatting, we're going to be doing a lot of things. And if you're talking about Go Magic memberships, well, I would say that it's getting more and more worth it. At the beginning, when we just said, hey, we have Go Magic subscription, we have Go Magic memberships, it was just a couple of courses. But now we're getting more and more, and we're making new courses, and we're editing 2 more courses as we speak. Well, almost as we speak. So it's quite a lot of stuff that you get with a membership, and it's quite a lot of stuff that you will otherwise have to purchase. But yeah, you can try it out. We have some free courses out there. We have a course with the rules, and we have the course on 13 by 13 which are like entirely free. So you can try them out and see if you like it. And then if you like the style, if you like the general setup, and then you will decide whether or not you want to spend some cash on the subscription, for example. It could be good to have the names of the players plus time left in the OGS scene. Yeah, I think we'll fix that by next time. It's just that it's been a bit of a rush, and as always, everything has been done in the last moment, and I'm sure that we'll do that. So we'll have the names and the time. I'm not sure about the time, but the names for sure. And I saw your thing in the Facebook. Oh, you saw our Go Magic on Facebook? Yeah, we're everywhere. You can't. It's just you can't avoid it. Go Magic is in the air. It's just Go Magic. And we need to make 8 streams per month. 8 streams? You said 7. Yeah, I think we're going to be making more. That's why I said we're going to be making more streams. Maybe maybe a couple of streams a week. So we'll probably have to think of more things to talk about. I'm working my way through the attachments course. It's pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it's pretty cool too. It's the one course that at least it taught me quite a lot. And I'm actually in my own games. I'm trying out a lot of those ideas right now. I'm trying out those attachments, and yeah, sometimes they work really well. It's something that I wouldn't have thought of otherwise, and now I'm using them. So yeah, it taught me quite a lot. So we could play a game. No, wait, I could maybe show you a couple of pictures because we just disappeared like this, and now we came back. I could show you a couple of pictures of our life here in Batumi, just a few pictures, and maybe next time a few more, then a few more, and we're going to be talking about different things of from about Georgia and the city. So let me show you a few things. Here we go. So this is this is oh, I can't show the photos and see the chat at the same time. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll just show the photos, and I'll if you have any questions, I'll read them a bit later. Yeah. So this is nothing to look at. Moving on. So this is something you've seen before. This is the one picture we took at the very beginning when I just came here to say that now we're choosing a new topic for the course. But I just want to show you some backstage here because this is something you saw. This is something we posted on like Facebook and Instagram. But well, in order to take this picture, because I'm sitting very close to those, see those waves? Those are scary waves. Let me tell you that. And these are the waves coming at me, and this is me running. Yeah, this is what it looked like. Pretty much every second wave would run over me, and I would have to escape until finally we managed to take a shot. So that was fun. And this is the one guy that is too shy to show up. Yeah, this is Misha, petting dogs. He likes cats and dogs here, so he just calls all of them and pets them if he can. So we found this dog somewhere on our way to lunch or something. Yeah. Well, he might not be noticing this in this picture, but the dog is actually stealing his wallet. You see that, right? And this is the gorgeous place that you actually can't see right now because it's raining heavily, but this is what it looks like from the 15th floor of our building. We live in one of the, we're not as close to the beach as possible, but on our street, this is probably the tallest building, and this is the view from the top floor. This is what it looks like. This is half of the city in this picture. The city is actually very small. It's 150,000 people, which is smaller than my hometown, but it's very neat. And yeah, it looks like doesn't that look pretty, don't you think? Kind of cool, right? And then we have this, which is probably the most famous thing that everyone takes a picture of when they come to the city. And this is a statue of Ali and Nino, and they were taken from some book, and they were the characters in the book who they fell in love with each other, but they couldn't be together. And so the sculptors, the authors of the sculpture, they've made them into those two people, a man and a woman, made out of strings, out of metal. And every, I think, 10 or 20 minutes, they come together and they go through each other. So they meet, and then they just go through and they pass. Really beautiful. And this is the moment when they're meeting, actually, on a rainy day in Batumi. This is at the waterfront. And this is at the market. We went to the market once, and this is something that you see here everywhere. This is one, well, of course, there's a lot of spices, a lot of different spices, and all the names are in both Russian and Georgian. Georgian alphabet is, whoa, I guess I'll talk about it some other time, and about the Georgian language in general. And those things hanging at the back, this is called churchkela. And this is the Georgian word. It's a Georgian dish. In Georgian, it's churchkela. And it's essentially nuts. I think originally they're walnuts, and then they dip them into grape juice, and then they let them dry, and then they dip them again and again until they're thickly coated, thickly coated in this dried grape juice. So you have nuts inside grape juice. Really good. Lots of calories and so good. So it's essentially like a dessert type thing. Just a sunny day in the street, flowers everywhere. This is like a couple of days ago. And this is our editor, Misha, who just had a birthday yesterday. So once again, happy birthday, Misha. And his birthday was yesterday. And and we celebrated it with a very homey dish at a very homey restaurant, and with a glass of lemonade and a delicious dish of. It's called a tzitsila shkmerulat. Like it's a Khmer style cooked chicken, which is really good. Yeah, this is our birthday dish with COVID masks on our hands, obviously, because it's probably not as bad as it is in Europe right now when everyone has to like get those vaccines ready, but it's also the restrictions are getting worse here. So I think they've stopped the buses and the like all the transport just stopped running. So it's getting worse as well. And this is it for today. Wait, let me get back. No, I couldn't see. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't see the chat when I'm showing the photos. I'll probably have to fix it next time. I couldn't see the photos when I was showing. I couldn't see what you guys were saying when I was showing the photos. So 2 trunks full of go buns. Yeah, too bad I couldn't see that. I should have. We should fix it next time. Because yeah, when people are making comments at the same time, then yeah, pretty cool. Many cats and dogs in Batumi. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Are you just showing? Yeah, I was just showing, but yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't answer questions. Next time I will. Next time I will. I'll try. Every time I start the stream, I feel like everything's so random. Oh my god, we have to hurry. Rush, rush. Yeah, play the games right now. It's so much. Why is it so much pressure, Misha? Why so much pressure on a live stream? Why does it have to be so complicated? Why can't it just be so like delicious tea, relax, play a game of Go. Go Magic. Well, anyway, probably won't be. It will never be like this. But hey, we have a game to review. So if you guys don't have any questions just yet, we have another game, believe it or not, played by Anton against one of our subscribers, I think. So it's another game of Anton that I get to review on the live stream. And can you show the backstage? I did. Oh, you mean the backstage from our apartment, or from? I showed the backstage from the beach. Of taking a photo. As for backstage here, like the way our apartment, what our apartment looks like, I will show it next time. Yeah, I'll show you next time. Yeah, we'll because it's always like this. Whatever you see, it always looks like polished, and yeah, but the place, it doesn't look bad, but it's it's a mess. We'll have to clean it up, right? We'll have to clean it up and make it look more presentable. Your stream stuff. What stream stuff? What is he talking about? I don't know. I don't know what he's saying, this man. Who is this man? Proscorius. Who is that? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, well, that's scary. Can you post it somewhere? Yeah, and Mishi just took a picture of the way it looks like from the outside. So if he might somehow get it into the stream, then he will, and then you guys will see it. Lion Guy Sai. Whoa, what a tricky name. Hey, welcome. So sorry for my English. No need to say sorry, my friend. It's never too bad. Oh well. Yo, LGS. Oh, LGS is, I guess, this Leon guy side that you just joined. I guess someone I should know. Anyway, so we had a game. Tricky name, eh? Congrats on first live. Well, it's not first live. It's first live in Batumi, my friend. First live from Georgia, but we've done some live streams before. Not too many, but yeah. Tricky. Well, lion. Um, I mean, should I pronounce it the French way, or is it actually in English? Lion Gai Sai, like it's in English proper. Okay. Oh well, I'm glad to catch it. My apologies. No worries, no worries. It's we're gonna be doing more streams actually. You just joined, but I was just saying that we haven't streamed for a while, but we're gonna be doing like a couple of streams a week, I hope, and talking about all kinds of stuff, playing games, chatting, reviewing games, maybe solving problems. I don't know. We want to talk about joseki today, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. First, let's review the game that Anton played against one of our subscribers. So Anton is one done OGS, I think, or two done OGS, something like that, and the other guy was, I think, a 3Q. And that Alexn guy played a very good game against Anton, I must say. I mean, he was this close to beating Anton, but he didn't. So let's take a look. Famous. Line pronounced however which way you like. Okay, well, I was just gonna say like Lyon, Lyongi. It would have been like kind of, it would have a snap to it, but okay. Lion guys is okay. Well, let's go to OGS and take a look at the game that Anton played against Alexn. So this is it. Wait. Okay, review the game. And okay. Okay, not perfect. Not perfect with a pop out. Oh, the pop out window just disappears. Can we fix that? It disappears when I. We should have made this smaller. Right, we should have. No way to fix it now. Well, then how can I see the questions? All right. Yeah. So it's kind of it's kind of messed up a little bit here because now that I see the OGS board, I can't see the questions once again. So can we now maybe stop, like pause the stream for just a second bit and fix it? All right, I'm gonna pause this for just a second, okay? And we'll fix the window size. Just give us a minute here, okay? And fixing it. There's no way of doing it without you guys seeing it. So no, not this. You have to move the board. Yep. no, 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 no. Oh, okay. A little bit. No, it's going a little bit. Yeah. Oh, what a mess! What a mess! It's a little bit over the here. Yeah. Okay. Yay. Whew. The backstage. You wanted the backstage? Here it is. There you go. There you have it. Okay. Now we're back. We're back in the game, I think. Right? All right. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Now I can see the game and all of you guys' questions. When it comes to ghost streamers, pretty famous. Oh. Oh, he's a ghost streamer. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. I'll have to check him out then. Well, I hope I'll remember that name, Lion Guy Sai. That's not difficult to remember. So we'll see. Anyway, so Anton is playing. Wait, let me close that. Anton is playing white as a stronger dumb player, and Alex is playing black. Let's take a look. So this is a game. I took a look at the game before the stream, and Alex played really, really well. But I'd like to give him a couple of, just a word of advice here on a few. So there were a few moments where he could have played. You could have just calmed down, just settled down and played smoothly, a lot more smoothly than instead of just getting himself into an unnecessary fight like I always do, which is something I'm also trying to work on. So anyway, my favorite 5-3. Okay. An attachment, pretty normal. Okay, and yeah, I mean, there's no reason to ignore this. Black could have just played here, finished the joseki. This would have been fine. This would have been fine. It was an experimental game, says Anton. Yeah, very experimental. An experiment in losing. Can I lose the game? Can I or can I not? No, I'm just kidding. It was fine. It was fine. So this attachment, yeah, black doesn't have to finish this joseki because black is not going to die here. Even if white attacks, it doesn't matter how white attacks. Black is not dying, so it's fine. Now Anton ignores this and attacks the left. There we go. And what follows is a very modern variation. Because I think before, before AlphaGo, before we have Catago and Lila and all of that, before AI, I think the normal variation was that white would exchange this. It was something like this. And then white would just play like this, or maybe jump. Maybe even jump here. And so white would just get more thickness, and black gets a bigger, well, a slightly bigger corner, I guess. This was normal, but now the computers showed us that, yeah, it's actually more interesting instead of doing this exchange, which strengthens black, then it's actually more cool to play this double hane. Double hane, and this is exactly what Anton played in the game. Double hane to put more pressure on this black corner. Atari, yeah, perfect. Black connects. And here, this is actually a mistake here. Anton, the joseki is not like this, because it's just one move. I didn't know it. Yeah. So the joseki is almost the same, but you have to play this knight move here. And the reason for it is that right now black can't, black can still escape, but there's no way for black to destroy white's shape here. So if black tries to cut here, it doesn't work. White can always capture the stone, right? And if for example black tries to jump like this, now we can cut it off. We cut, and white doesn't have any problems here. White is all fine, nothing is dying, and black is locked in the corner. This is good for white. So the computer says that I think there's a move here which magically escapes out of this sticky situation. But yeah, and after this, white could simply do something like that, and allow something like this, black to escape, I guess. I'm not sure about this whole variation. I think there are many, but generally white can't log black in. Black doesn't get sealed in here. And in the game, white pushed once, and that's the problem. Because now, one of these white's liberties are gone. It's now gone, and now it doesn't work anymore. Now white can't really do this, right? This doesn't really work because black can do this and escape. And in the game, white tried to cut like this, but now it doesn't work. White doesn't have enough liberties at the top, and this is a bit of a disaster. I mean, look, Atari, and the three white stones are cut off and they're dead. They're dead. I mean, black gets an enormous corner. So this is really, really good for Alexn. Congratulations. This is a really good result here. Very, very good for black, obviously. So white, it's like, if you have some stones that are dying, like, add more stones and then sacrifice all of them, as they said in old books, and this is exactly what Anton is doing. He's adding another stone, and then he sacrifices them. So after this, white might have, in the future, white might have something like this. An attachment here to close black in the corner and get something out of the top. But that's for the future. That's not for now. So in the game, white approaches. Now white, Anton has to be more aggressive because after this first result in the upper left, just sacrifice, says Anton. Sacrifice. yeah. It's like, oh, my stones are dead. That was a sacrifice. I planned it. That's how I planned it. That was my plan, right from the start. Anyway, this is I think at this point, if we ask Catago or I don't know, some AI, it will show you that probably black is winning by 10 points or something, and black has 95% win rate. That's probably my guess. I don't remember what Catago says here, but I think it's pretty bad for white. Anyway, this is the first moment probably. I mean, Alexn, I'm not sure if you're a joseki nerd, but this is, oh my goodness, taisha. Taisha is considered to be, as you know, one of the most complicated josekis ever, okay, in history. So maybe this is not the best choice if you're playing against a slightly stronger player like Anton, and you're winning the game comfortably, you have more territory, so why make it complicated, right? So instead of this, everything basically black needs to do right now to win the game is to try and make it simple. And I mean, there are lots of ways of making it simple. For example, you could just do this. This is what computers are saying. Make it simple. This is what computers really like, this move. Just press it down, maybe even press it down once again, and then just extend. For example, I mean, you don't have to extend here, but this is just a simple variation. Extend like this, and what is white going to do? Even if white takes a corner like this, let's say, and you just extend once again, and where is white going to make points? White doesn't have anything at the top. Well, not a lot. White has a few points on the right, and white has all of white's hopes are on the left. And if white can't turn this left side into a ginormous territory, white is losing this game, right? So essentially, it's very difficult. How can white turn this into a 60-point territory? Well, it's pretty hard. If white tries something like this, then immediately you can just, you don't even have to do something crazy like this. This is, again, this is complicated. No, there's no need. Just a very soft reduction here, something like this. And if white just takes the territory, okay, just escape, and you're good. White gets some points on the left. It's not going to be enough, and black probably wins this. But okay, taisha is still good. It's definitely not a mistake. I'm just saying it's not a mistake in the game. It's probably a slight maybe miscalculation in reasoning, the general game strategy, and how to beat Anton. I've been working out joseki this summer. Oh, you mean you've been actually practicing taisha, so you might know more taisha variations than yeah. Anton is not a joseki geek, that's for sure. So it is possible to, if you know a lot of variations, it's possible to trick him in joseki. If you play something very complex like this, sure, okay. And it's not even taisha, right? It's a very easy variation here. And this is something that I've just asked Alexander Dinnerstein about this, and he said that this is really good for black. He really, I think computers also agree that this variation is very good for black. Black gets a very big corner, and white gets something. White gets outside, but you know, this outside is not really facing anything because black has the upper right. So again, another very good sequence for black here. Perfect. Yeah, and you add a move. Great. I mean, so far, I mean, probably no mistakes. A very comfortable game for black. Okay, cut, normal. Yeah, Anton goes berserk mode. And okay, sacrifice, and this. But again, this is gote for white, and sadly. A nice sequence, white gets something out of the right side now, but black is now, there's no aji anymore. Like this whole, all three corners of black has, there's no aji at all, no weaknesses. There's nothing that white can use in the future. So again, I think this is pretty good for black here. And an invasion. Reasonable, very reasonable. There's nothing to criticize, actually. Well, I criticized Anton for just one move, but this is good. And here, on the left, this is what you should be thinking at this point. And this left territory is the biggest thing that this is the biggest thing that white has. And if you now manage to destroy it, I mean, not like destroy completely, but like take something out of it, then this is going to be enough. That's enough. You don't have to. You don't have to want more than that. You don't have to be, you know, greedy about this. So if you manage to live there on the left, that's it. The game is done. So this is what you should have done, probably. Okay, you push, and then at this point you start this. You cut, and of course white starts a fight, and you do this, and you get this a bit of a clumpy shape. And now it's, all right, you have to escape somewhere, and of course you're not dying, but you know, it's a running fight. Well, here's what I would suggest. Instead of all this, again, not a mistake, and Karago, I'm sure, wouldn't say that this is wrong. What you did in the game, fine. But here's how to make it simple. Just play something like this, you know? Like, how to respond to this? Is white going to just do this? Or what? Or this? And then just Kema like this? And this is impossible to kill. This group is alive on the left. So yeah, white gets some thickness. But what's the point of thickness if there's no territory? So black gets territory on there and there, everywhere, and then also on the left. And white simply wouldn't have enough. Like this, you're not running here. And yeah, typically we don't want to live like this, being sealed in. But in this case, you got all the points. Why not? Right? So I think playing like this, and if white just just live there on the left, just living comfortably, you make a living shape, and I don't think that white would be able to recover from this. But I don't like taisha, says Anton. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. This is the problem. You offered Anton taisha, and because he doesn't like it, so he avoided it. But this avoidance comes at a cost, because this variation which avoids it is actually a bit inferior for white. I also played this variation for both in my life. I've played this as white, this bottom right variation. I've played it as white and as black. And yeah, I know that still it is nice as influence sometimes for white, but it's better for black. There's no question about it. And computers, I think people before, professionals before, said that it's better for black. But now computers have confirmed it for sure. Black gets a huge corner, and white gets something, that it's even a ladder. And so white will have to add another stone to capture that stone, like to capture that black stone in the ladder. So yeah, this is something which I think would have simplified the game a lot, and this is it. But in the game, again, we're not going to review everything here because there's going to be a lot of complicated fighting. But yeah, Anton said that this was a mistake. Again, not really a mistake per se. It's not a mistake that loses you the game, but it's unnecessary. Unnecessary trying to attack when you have a weak group on the board, right? So right now, you have to make sure that your own group is strong first. And then you can start thinking about attacking Anton on the top. Yeah, Anton has those 3 stones on the top, and you can try to attack those. But first, you need to get yourself out, right? So first, you have to help these stones. So maybe pushing out like this, or I don't know, maybe playing something, I don't know, maybe playing something like this. So adding a move here is just mandatory. You have to do it. And just escape whichever way you prefer. And then when you have no weak groups on the board, you can start thinking about attacking Anton if you want. So in a game, you escape, and you escape again. Yeah, and yeah, typically the problem is that this shape and this shape, when you escape like this, the shape is incredibly weak, and it's very fragile. And if white starts to attach and gives you and play Ataris, then black will find it very difficult to fix that shape and make it stronger. So you're making a lot of weak-looking shapes, which are really unnecessary. And what happens is that essentially you're making yourself another weak group. You have so now you have, this is weak group 1, and this is weak group 2. And now Anton really, what he has to do is just attack them, like separate them and attack them at the same time. And one of them, hopefully, will die. It didn't have to die in the game, but it did. And that's what lost you the game. So pretty much the only hope for white in this game is to kill something, and it worked. But if nothing dies, I don't think it would have been possible. So yeah, this whole thing. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Again. Wait, go back. Like this. Okay. So black is alive. Maybe this wasn't necessary. Maybe black could have just escaped. I think there was some there's some aji here for white as well. So maybe you could think about playing something like this attachment, trying to make yourself stronger first, because those 2 white stones are kind of weak, and you're not going to kill them for sure, but you can try and make yourself stronger. And like if you know, something like this happens, you make yourself stronger, and then maybe you could try to like do something like this and kill white in the center. I mean, I don't think it's going to work. Or maybe even something like this first. Is it working? Something like this, yeah? And then just cut. Is there a cut like this? Maybe this and this. Yeah, it looks like this could have been possible. I mean, trying to strengthen yourself first, because all of those black shapes in the center right now, they look pretty weak. Lots of like this is a knight's move, and it's kind of weak. And this shape is pretty weak. And this shape is also, those diagonal moves are all weak. So there's a lot of ways for white to use those weaknesses and cut through them. But if you manage to get yourself stronger first, then maybe you have a chance to kill white. But again, like I said before, all of this, we're now getting into complications. But when I review games like this, I prefer not to because many times the complications in games like these are not really necessary if we approach the games the right way. So let's go back to this. And also in the game, yeah, there was another moment when black died already. So black died. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button all the time. Wait. So we go. So at some point, yeah, at some point. Oh, here as well. Here. This is an interesting shape. So black moved the stone, saved it, Atari, Atari, and then Anton obviously wants to save these stones because otherwise this game will be over immediately. If those stones, the triangled stones, if they die, so white needs to save them. But let's see. Is it really possible? So in the game, you play here. Oh, yeah. Here, and the stones escape. This is a really good move from Anton. Really nice shape move. But what if, what if we just play, wait, how do we play? What if we play like this? Would it be possible to escape? Because if very complicated. Katago says that black can kill white group. Black can kill white, right? Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't reading here. I got carried away. But yeah, I think black could have killed white in the center. But it's too complicated there for me to read all of those all of the variations. White is 8. S8. Well, then this is Sente, right? No, I don't like it. Then you connect. I jump. Something like this. Or actually, wait. Is this Sente? So there's some complications here for white as well. White is not like this is not a very smooth trip here for white in this game. So white is definitely white managed to get some kind of comeback, but it's not easy yet. I think this is kind of half Sente because if white doesn't respond here, and then this, oh, ouch. This is dangerous again. White is surrounded, and then maybe who's dying here? This kind of capturing race could get very, very dangerous for white. So, and if white responds, and then if this move becomes possible, then, well, I don't know. Or maybe even then we can just do this. Anyway, this looks kind of dangerous. And at least playable for black. But in the game, after this, Katago thinks that white is okay here. White is okay? Okay, maybe. But now after all this, when black dies in the center, I think white is going to be ahead. White is ahead, in the, maybe by a few points, but white is ahead. And yeah, there was this endgame thing. I think it was... coming. It's coming. It's coming. And it's here. Yeah, this endgame move. I think this is Alex. This is what you asked me before. And yeah, obviously this move it's big, but it's gote. White doesn't have to respond to this. It gives you a Sente follow-up after this, but obviously capturing this also gives you some kind of Sente. So this is a much bigger move. You capture white, you save your own stones, and you still have, even if white plays here, you still get this in the future, which is also pretty good. But even here, I think even if you get this first, I think white is still winning by a couple of points. But this would have been a very, very, very tight game. So close. Anyway, so a very cool game from both of you. And yeah, hope to see more games next time. Let's go back. Whew. Yeah, I hope I've answered some of the questions, and I didn't go very deeply into the review because yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I didn't go very deeply because I'm not a computer, and my reading is not that powerful. I'm probably more of a strategist than a reader, and I wish I could read variations faster, but sadly my strength lies in like analyzing the positional judgment, essentially post game positional judgment, because it's a lot harder to do that in the game when you're playing it rather than after the game has been played and you know the result, obviously. But yeah, well, whatever. So what else do we have? Oh, we have our original question today, which was what time is it? Oh, we got time. Which was what joseki do you guys consider maybe challenging or maybe interesting? Maybe you have a favorite joseki, maybe something that you are not sure about, some joseki results that you think are questionable, something like this. So what do you guys think? Anyone here to share their favorite joseki variation? I got mine. Anton, what's your favorite joseki? I know you're not a joseki fan, but what's your favorite one? And if professor's in the chat, professor, what's your favorite joseki? And everyone out there is like, oh, that's a tough question, Vadim. I mean, it's like we have to visualize all the hundreds and hundreds of josekis out there in the air and just pick one. Oh no, not that one, not that one. Put it down, put it down. Okay, take this one. What a love. I don't play this one too much these days. No. Just toss it. All right, like this. What a beauty. I don't know. Those with Sunsun invasions. Sunsun invasions. You mean the simple ones, or you mean the complex ones, and the new AI variations? I like third line approach on 3-4. Third line approach on 3-4. Let's go to OGS actually. Can we have a board on OGS? Wait. Let me open a demo board. There we go. So you said third line approach on 3-4. So when you have a 3-4 and this one. Well, this is not even a joseki yet. It's just the start of a joseki. And then after this, there are countless fairy tales and roads you can take, which will lead you to anything from, from Shusaku's Kosumi variation, or from something like this, some cool pincers, which are fairly modern these days, or something like, something like this, which is so very basic. So many options here. Come on, Anton, you can do better than that. Misha, what's your favorite joseki? Misha gave a nod, leaned onto the keyboard, and started typing. Some josekis are coming. And as for someone mentioned, Alexn mentioned sun sign invasions. Well, you know what I find really surprising, Misha. This kind of these words are not allowed online. Come on, we can get banned for this sort of words. Double horsey kakari. This is obscene. Double horsey kakari. Oh no. Double horsey kakari. If anyone's wondering, double horsey kakari, that's something like this. How do we pass here? Oh, pass like this. This is double horsey kakari, like the double star point corner approach. Damn, it's hard to translate into English from those Japanese terms, but anyway, that's what he means. There's one where the pincer stone is really tight on the pinwheel. Which one do you mean? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that and give me some coordinates. I can't remember. Well, neither can I. Because there are a lot of josekis that fit this description. And generally, have you noticed that these days, like before, maybe 10 years ago, it was so popular for everyone to, like, whenever you approach the 3-4, like most people would approach like this. The high approach was so fashionable. Like everyone played this, and then this joseki was so popular back in the day. But and then all sorts of like this, do you remember this? The magic sword, and then there was this jump with so many variations, and then AI and AlphaGo destroyed this and said, no, don't even think about this. So and these days, whenever someone plays like this, the only variation basically that you see is just this. This is what you see. This is it, which is still the joseki that we played like 300 years ago, and we still play it today. This is probably one of the few that stood the test of time. But this low approach is that something that came into the light fairly recently after the AI, because AI seems to think that this offers a lot more flexibility. I have to go for a walk with Gina. See you later, guys. For a walk with Gina. Okay. Take care, Anton. See you later. My throat is getting tired of speaking. All of a sudden, like 3 weeks of silence, and then and I have to speak for 2 hours straight. Not easy. So when my voice dies completely, we're gonna have to stop this. But so far, I'm still holding. This low approach is just becoming so much more fashionable these days. And this is something that I probably need to look into, because I knew a lot of the variations with the high approach, and now with this one, like everything is different again. I have to like learn it all from scratch. Because before I knew some variations with this, for example, with this pincer, but then every pincer is so different, and all the variations are different. And what I find really strange is that how some of the variations, this is the kind of message that I wanted to share, is that, remember, like, if you were playing Go 7 years ago or something, or 6 years ago, before AlphaGo, and then some of the variations were so common, and you would see them in half of professional games. Professionals play them, strong amateurs play them, everybody played them. And then all of a sudden, the computers criticize them, and now we just think that they're only suitable for like 10Q players. If you're stronger than 10Q, they say no. Don't even think about going that way. This is for beginners only. But that's kind of ridiculous, because it worked for so many years for people like Chochikun or Takemiya Masaki or Otake Hideo or Kato Masao, all those famous Japanese professionals. It worked so well for them. How come just all of a sudden it lost all of its meaning and strength? So, for example, This variation. I mean, yes, this is something that was we taught all of the beginners, all the beginner players. This is one of the first josekis they learned. This one, like the first Sun Invasion, and this is something that's never played these days. But I mean, there's nothing really bad about it. I mean, yes, it is slightly better these days, and the computers have modified it. But again, for simplicity's sake, I think when you're teaching a beginner, to make it really simple for him and not to suddenly dump like 15 different Sansan sequences onto him from the very start and just to tell him, yeah, this is something, these 15 sequences are the absolute basics. You have to know them. Well, that's a bit too much, don't you think? So I think that still teaching someone, like when they're only starting out in the game, something as simple as this, which is really easy to understand, I think it's not such a bad choice, isn't it? Or for example, this one, this joseki completely lost all of its meaning. Nobody plays like this anymore, right? This? You mean DDKs don't have to learn the flying knife? you bet I think that. Absolutely. DDKs should not, just under the fear of death, learn the flying knife. The flying dagger, joseki, is incredibly, it's probably harder than the taisha, or at least just as complicated. So, I mean, just imagine there's a guy at your local Go club who just came to the club and he started playing like 2 weeks ago, and you sit him down and you say, okay, buddy, it's time to grow up, and it's time to show you some real advanced stuff. Get ready. This is the flying dagger joseki. Everyone plays it these days. Well, let me show you the basic variations. No worries. It will only take maybe an hour and a half or two. But once you see that, your game is going to be so much different. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people will quit playing Go if you show them this. And what's especially challenging is that how do you make it as so simple so that they can understand it? That you can't. Those variations, they're only understood if you are like a 5-6 done player. I don't know, or if you're at least done level player. Like somewhere around 1 done, 2 done, maybe you can kind of start getting the hang of it. But before that, I think it's useless. It's better to focus on other things. Like this joseki, for example, right? Now we say that this is all of it. It's just so wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. Every move in the sequence is completely outrageously wrong. And yet, it's just so simple and elegant. I mean, I find it so purely. This is one of the first like josekis that again we would teach at the very, very start, and we would choose it specifically for its simplicity. Right? You look at the shape and you think, oh, jolly good, such a lovely shape. Oh, so simple and easy to understand. You look at it and you just feel warmth in your heart, and you're thinking, yeah, Go could be a simple game. But now it's gone, and you can't teach it anymore. What do we do? So, I mean, even though computer shows that maybe black or white it's bad for black, I think, right? Slightly, or bad for someone. It's bad for both, actually. But damn, is it simple, right? So I don't think even if you are, even if you're a dumb player and you play this, I don't think this is gonna somehow influence your results. So I'm pretty sure that if we take 2 players and one of them is going to use the modern variations and the other one of equal strength is going to use these like outdated variations, and they're going to play like 20 games, I'm not sure that the one who's using these old variations is going to lose all the time. No, I mean, everything is still going to be decided later in the game when the fight starts, and whoever fights better will win. But the joseki is unlikely to influence that result. First joseki I learned was the attaching version of this. The attaching version, you mean this one? Meh. You're going to probably lose Sente. Well, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of even older josekis that will allow you to keep your sente. But yeah, sente has become like God in the game of Go these days. And yeah, Alfaro, well, curious. I mean, if you learned this, if this was the first joseki you learned, it probably means that you started playing not too long ago, right? Because this is a joseki that became incredibly popular, like common, maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Because before that, this really wasn't the first joseki we would teach the beginners. But now, yeah, now they say that the knight's move to the second line is bad. If you're white here, you have to attach. But the problem is that attachments are still more complicated. There are more things that can happen here. We will definitely include this. I mean, I hope we'll include this into the course on joseki that we're making, the basic joseki, and this will be one of them. But hey, still, a lot of things that can happen here. And if you are the very beginner, if you put yourself in the shoes of like the complete Super DDK player, then there's so many things, right? Like there's this, and black can do this, and then black can do that, and black can do this Atari, and then white can take the corner in some cases, and white doesn't take the corner. And what about this? If like this, and if you play like this, and if black peeps, oh my goodness, what do we do as white? How do you defend against it? Do you connect, or do you not connect? A lot of strange things can happen here. Whereas in that first primitive, older joseki, I mean, yeah, there are some follow-up sequences that are tricky, but in the basic shape, in the basic form, it's very simple. It's a lot, like 3-4 times more simple than this. There should be a Super DDK engraved in my chest. A Super DDK. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we're probably going to go for, like the Super DDK engraved josekis, like the ones that you can just pick them up, look at it, and just doesn't it look lovely? I can start playing it in my games right away. And that's what we're going to put in this course, and just to make it sort of understandable, and hopefully make instead of like, rather than making you memorize those moves, like, okay, just look at it, okay, got it, now next move. But trying to make you guys, and especially if there are any beginners watching, hopefully helping you understand the meaning behind those moves and why this move is played. And if your opponent plays something else, you would know exactly what he's doing wrong and how to play in this case, or how to punish, or whatever. So understanding the reasoning behind the moves is a lot more important than remembering the moves themselves. That's at least that's what I think. And yeah, speaking of joseki, I feel like it's been a while since I've learned any joseki, and I learned a lot of variations many years ago. But now that there are lots of new ones, I have to just go back to the basics and learn a lot of things from the ground up, and that's going to take a while. But I'll work on that as well. But the basic ones, yeah, there will be a course. There will be a course. I often skip this extend up move and just play the one space jump instead. Yeah, sure. This is extend up. That's the one that makes it complicated. And of course, if you want to show this to a beginner, you'll probably say that, yeah, just play this. Play this, and you're good. White is good and safe and strong, and there's no way for black to harass white in any way. Sure, this is it. Simpler, for sure. But me, as an influence type player, I would always, like when I find myself in this position, I would be thinking, oh, wait a minute. Well, I mean, this kind of looks like a territory, but this territory isn't even that big, right? So why not go for something just a little bit more? Just squeeze more out of this and make a wall, and I'm, of course, in my wishful thinking mind, I'm hoping that when I play here, black is gonna respond and play something like this, something crazy, and then I'll get this, and I'll get more territory or something like this. But of course, it doesn't work like this, and black would immediately poke at that shape, and the fight will begin, and I will regret ever having played this joseki to begin with. Well, that's how it works. And as for my favorite joseki, let me think. Well, actually, the taisha that we showed today earlier is used to be one of my favorite ones, but now I can't even say that it's my favorite one because I haven't played it for a while. That's first. And also, there are a lot of new things that the AI have included in there. And now, so all of those complex variations from before, they got kind of amped up. And basically, you have to learn those entire sequences from scratch. And that's something that I'm not prepared to do right now. But yeah, those things, when I was playing games against my teacher in China, and I would read this book, I would take this joseki book that he gave me, and it was this thick book, like this thick in Chinese, all in Chinese. And at that time, I couldn't read Chinese. I couldn't understand anything. So, but you don't really have to understand anything in Chinese to read a joseki encyclopedia, right? You just take the book and you open it and you just look at the diagrams, look at the pictures, and memorize the sequences. And usually it's pretty clear which sequences are correct and which sequences are labeled like mistakes. So you just go through the book like this, and believe me, those kids in those Chinese schools, like 9-year-old kids, 8-year-old kids, they know their joseki. They memorize those books by heart. So it's kind of hard playing against this 8, 9-year-old kid who knows everything by heart, like completely, the entire book. And you just understand that whichever move you're going to play right now, it's not going to trip him up. It's not going to trap him into anything. You will not catch him out. He will always know how to respond because it's in his head. Weird, And so at some point I got to taisha, and I went through like all of the taisha variations in the book, and then I would play against my teacher, and I would try that. And so I have a lovely memory of playing, like every day we would play a game, and I would try a different taisha variation. I would try this, and I would often offer taisha, and he would offer me taisha as well, knowing that I liked it. And so we would kind of give like this taisha exchange duel, and I would try this and this and this, and every time I would get different results. And I tried all of those, and yeah, it somehow it always turns out bad for me, or is it just my pessimistic mind? So taisha meaning this 5-3, white approaches, and this, if you remember, this jump. And at this point, white has a lot of options to avoid it, to avoid being sucked into this taisha madness. If white wants to avoid this, white can, for example, play this, which looks weird, but it's a nice way of avoiding it altogether. Like this is basically saying to black, no, I'm not playing taisha with you. I'm not gonna go down this road, buddy. Just okay, build your wall. Fine. I'm gonna jump. Good. Now it's an exchange. So black gets a wall, and white gets some territory on the top, but no complications. But of course, this looks kind of a little bit bland, right? This looks like nothing. So if you don't want to play like this, there's one more variation which is also pretty nice, and computers say it's good. You can play here, and it's doing pretty much the same thing, but in a more active way. Now black needs to defend, and we do this. And again, not my choice here. Black has to extend, maybe extend once again. And white is getting this, and white can even jump. And this is it. This is the sequence. White gets some territory, and black might play something like this, which will likely end in gote, but this will give black some territory. Or black might just tanuki. But again, this is avoiding the taisha complications. And the actual taisha begins here. If white jumps out like this, and obviously black is not going to hane like this, because this gives you this sort of shape. White comfortably moves out of the corner, escaping, and black gets split on both sides. And this stone at 016 is seemingly doing nothing here. So no, this is not what's going to happen. Black is going to cut like this. And again, There are some sequences where white could Atari from here, I think, but that's wrong. The only Atari possible here is this one. Black connects. And again, white has two ways of connecting here. White can connect like this or like this. And this is the last chance of avoiding taisha. White can connect like this and allow black to take the corner. And this is exactly what happened in the game Anton against Alexn. Remember? Alex was black here and Anton was white, the same colors. Cut. This. White takes the stone in a ladder. The ladder should be in white's favor, obviously. And black takes the corner. And then white could even add another stone here, something like this. Take it. And this. This is a possible result for, but as we said before, still it's kind of better for black. So if white wants to avoid taisha at this cost, it's probably not worth it. So at this point, you probably don't have a choice anymore. You can't connect like this. You have to connect there. And this begins the taisha. Well, actually, no, there's one more way of escaping it. Now with the black cuts, you don't have to extend. You can do this. I know it looks terrible. You're giving black a panuki, but yeah, you can even do this immediately. But of course, black gets a beautiful shape. And this clearly better for black. Again, not a very good way of avoiding it. So essentially, when black cuts here, extend, and we fight. And I'm not even going to try getting into those variations. If you're curious, you can look them up. And at some point, we're going to include them in our new joseki database. As you know, we're making one. Alexander Dinnerstein is working on it, and we're all working on it together, helping him. So we're currently building the basic joseki foundation, and then we're going to just go up from there, climb that ladder from all the way from like level 0 to level, I don't know, it's going to be 3, I think. So we're going to have all of the josekis divided into several sections. And then once you open the joseki database, you have a choice which josekis you want to see. If you're a beginner player, you just click on 0, and it will show you only the simple variations, just hiding all of the unnecessary complications, like this one, for example, the taisha. It won't be even there. You won't even see it, which is good, because you don't want to see those like thousands of things and letters everywhere in the board. You just want to see the few basic things to learn, and that's what it's going to be look like. And this is what it's going to look like. So yeah, this one, I liked it, and I've tried so many things in it. There are so many tricky variations here that both black and white can try. But yeah, these days I'm not sure I want to go down that road and risk losing just putting the entire game on that scale and trying to outsmart my opponent in taisha, because there are easier ways of fighting than this. And what else about taisha? Oh, and also these probably, whenever I'm playing these days, there's another joseki that I really like, and it's this one. A lot easier, and it goes really well with my craving for influence. And I don't know if you guys played this before, but this is also a pretty common like 5-3 joseki. White would, for example, do this, and at this point, what I really like to do, even though I know computers don't agree with this, but this is an old joseki from before AI. So black has a choice. Black can take the corner and allow white to attack this stone. So white gets the top and black gets the corner. Or, what I really like to do here was not to take the corner, but to do something like this, which was before. Now, again, Katago doesn't agree with this move. Katago thinks that this is ridiculous. But before, black would play this. And then white takes the corner, obviously, since black didn't play there. White gets the corner, kind of, and then black jumps. And black is making, it's not too thick, but it's kind of influence. So this is if you like moyos and if you like fighting, then you're kind of surrounding white in the corner, and the corner is not 100% alive there yet. So there's some aji, and also there's also some aji in black shape as well. Black definitely has some weaknesses here, and now white needs to know how to deal with the shape, how to get out of that corner. Otherwise, black might just end up enclosing white and sealing white in. So a nice little shape to look at. One of my personal favorites. To name a few, I might remember some more, or I might even remember some tricky variations next time. Some trick plays, hametes that I sometimes play, but not today. We haven't played a game here today, but I think we don't really have time for that, do we? So, because a game is going to take a lot of time. So, how about we play a game next time? Next time we maybe talk more about joseki, play a game, maybe solve some problems. I'll show you some more pictures. So if you guys have any last second questions, hey, someone was following, but I didn't catch who it was. But anyways, welcome to the stream. So if you guys don't have any questions about joseki, questions about Go Magic, about anything, then last minute questions I'm ready to answer. And if not, let's just give it a minute maybe. Misha, do you have any questions? No. I feel like I'm doing an English or like a language lesson, asking my student to whether he or she has any questions, and they always say no questions. I feel like I've been staring at this joseki, at this last comment, like simpler, for the last 15 minutes. Is the chat frozen? Maybe a quick summary of what Go Magic is. Do you have the name of the Chinese joseki book? Okay, I'm going to answer both of these in succession. A quick summary of what Go Magic is. Well, Go Magic is a modern web platform. Is a modern platform for studying Go. We thought of making a place for everyone to study Go online if you don't have a teacher. Essentially, of course, learning anything with a teacher, especially with a good teacher, is essential. It's the best thing there is, but not everyone can find a good teacher, whereas everyone has the internet. So we thought, why don't we make a place where everyone can learn Go the fun way, with quality video lessons, with Go problems, with everything you need, with all the tools you need to learn how to play this wonderful game. And since there was nothing like this, we made it, and we are making it. So it's a website, gomagic.org. I think it's been sent in chat, but let me just send it just in case. Just like that. It's a website with like 10 or 11 interactive video courses on different topics. At this point, I think most of the topics are focusing on like beginner subjects, beginner things. So if you are a beginner, you will find a lot of things in Go Magic right now, but not so much for advanced players at this moment. But of course, we're expanding and we're kind of going from below to the top. At this point, we have a couple of advanced courses from Alexander Dinnerstein about probing moves and about attachments, but there'll be more. And at this point, we're editing a couple of courses on the history of Go. That is not maybe for everyone, but again, if you've never read any books about the history of the game, if you don't know anything about Go, then this might be fun actually, because I will tell you stories in those courses that you've never heard before, and there's going to be stories with games, with like lots of things happening. In those times, people really knew how to make it interesting. Yeah, tear shedding. Yeah, tear. Yeah, it's gonna be real tear jerkers. A bit of a tear jerker, I would say. When we're editing this, it's really a sad story at some point. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it done, and I hope you guys are as well. So but it's not just video courses. Essentially, anything you need to learn Go, you can find it on Go Magic. Skill tree with lots of Go problems, articles on different subjects. We're gonna have joseki in the future. We're gonna have Go bots playing against to play against. So a whole uh, array, a whole like choice of things which will let you learn Go in a fun and happy way. That's what Go Magic is. It's like a quick summary in 6 minutes. I should learn how to do a quick summary. Wait, chat is not frozen. We're just quiet. Okay, you're just quiet. Do you have any name of the Chinese joseki book? I'm sorry, I didn't answer that. It was called. It was a blue book. It was called. Wait. It was 定式大全. Like I can write the. I don't have the Chinese characters on this keyboard, but it was if you search for this, I think you should find it. It was like the 定式大全 means in Chinese it means the big encyclopedia of joseki. It was a whole series of books, and they're all like blue. And one of them was about life and death. One of them was about Tsuji. One of them was about endgame, about something something, and there was one about joseki. And this was the one book that was completely obligatory for everyone, for all of the students of our teacher. I mean, they didn't have to memorize it necessarily, but they had to have it like ready, in case they needed to check something, check some variations. Wait, have I missing anything? Next time I ask more questions. Good presentation. Thank you. When's the next stream? When's the next stream? We'll announce that in a day or two. Okay. I think it's going to be, since we're going to be doing 2 streams, approximately 2 streams a week. So I think the next stream is going to be in about 3 or 4 days. So we'll announce that maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, but soon. But that means that we're going to have to make one stream in the middle of the week, which I hope is going to be okay with you guys, because I know that we are streaming. If you're in the US or Canada, this is probably pretty early, right? This is like 10 in the morning or something. So it's early in the day. For us in Batumi, we're 1 hour later than Russia. So it's 10 p.m. It's actually pretty late. But so we're trying to make it as convenient for everybody as possible. But if we are doing it in the middle of the week, or like on Wednesday or Thursday, then it's gonna. I hope you guys can make it. And thanks. Okay, 1 p.m. here. 1 p.m. where? Oh, 2:10 where I am. Well, you probably guys should mention where you are. Otherwise, oh, somebody's rating with a party of 20. Hey, welcome guys. Yeah, welcome to Go Magic stream. Unfortunately, we're just about to finish the stream, but I was just saying that we're making the next stream maybe in some 3-4 days. So there's going to be more. We're going to play more games. I will show more pictures from this wonderful city of Batumi in Georgia, and we'll talk more about joseki next time. So, but yeah, welcome, all of you. East Coast, best coast. East Coast, the best coast. I'm not like that good in U.S. geography, but I know that East Coast is where New York is. Okay, got it. So, East Coast, and you said it was 2:10, 2 p.m. Okay. Well, that's like in the middle of the day. Yeah, it's in the middle of the day. No, brother. South. Okay, south. Wait, south means like what? Like Texas? Kentucky? Pitel Mito. Hey. North Carolina. Okay. I was like, NC. What is NC? Okay. Click. Got it. All right. So next stream coming. And I guess that's it for today. Let's call it a night. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for coming. Take care.